What if I told you that the most powerful weapon against fatty liver isn't some expensive prescription drug, isn't a miracle cleanse, and isn't even found in the supplement aisle of your average pharmacy? Most people get this wrong. They think fatty liver is just something you live with until it gets worse. But here's the surprising part. Your liver is the only organ in your body that can completely regenerate itself. And there are specific science-backed supplements that can speed up this process dramatically. I'm Dr. Leonid Kim, and today I'm going to walk you through 6 key insights that could change everything about how you think about liver health. These aren't trendy internet hacks. These are peer-reviewed, clinically studied compounds that target the root biological mechanisms behind fatty liver disease. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what works, why it works, and how to use it safely. Let's dive in. Here's what most people don't realize. Fatty liver disease now affects over 30% of adults worldwide. That's nearly 1 in 3 people watching this video right now. And the scary part? Most don't even know they have it. Think of your liver like a sponge. A healthy sponge soaks up toxins, processes nutrients, and keeps everything clean. But when you flood that sponge with excess sugar, refined carbohydrates, and unhealthy fats day after day, it starts to swell. Fat droplets begin to accumulate inside your liver cells. This is called steatosis. It's like your liver is slowly drowning in its own fat storage. Now, your body isn't silent about this. It sends signals. But here's where it gets interesting. Most people ignore these signals because they seem unrelated to the liver. Do you feel chronically tired even after a full night's sleep? Do you struggle with brain fog that makes it hard to focus? Unexplained weight gain around your midsection? These aren't just getting older symptoms. These are your liver's distress signals. The biological mechanism here is simple but devastating. When fat builds up in your liver, it triggers inflammation. Think of it as an internal fire spreading slowly through your liver tissue. This inflammation damages cell membranes, impairs blood circulation through the liver's intricate network, and disrupts how your liver processes glucose and fats. Over time, this can progress to fibrosis, scarring, and eventually cirrhosis. But this is where it changes everything. This process is reversible, and the right supplements can literally fan out that internal fire while helping your liver rebuild itself. Most people get this wrong. They think all liver supplements are basically the same. They're not. The first supplement I want to talk about is one you've probably heard of, but most people don't understand why it actually works. It's called milk thistle, and the active compound inside it is silymarin. Here's the surprising part. Silymarin doesn't just support your liver in some vague, feel-good way. It works at the cellular level through 3 specific biological mechanisms. First, silymarin is a potent antioxidant. Think of free radicals like tiny sparks flying around your liver cells, causing damage. Silymarin acts like a fire extinguisher, neutralizing these sparks before they can burn through cell membranes. Second, and this is where it gets really interesting, silymarin stimulates protein synthesis in your liver cells. This means it literally helps your liver rebuild damaged tissue faster. It's like giving construction workers better tools and more materials to repair a damaged building. Third, silymarin has anti-inflammatory properties that reduce that internal fire we talked about. It inhibits something called NF-kappa B, which is basically the master switch for inflammation in your body. Now, here's what most people don't realize. The quality of milk thistle supplements varies wildly. Look for standardized silymarin content of at least 80%, and the effective daily dosage is typically 200 to 400 milligrams, taken in divided doses with meals. But here's a common mistake. People take milk thistle for a week, don't feel different, and quit. Your liver didn't get damaged in a week, and it won't heal in a week. You need consistent use for at least 8 to 12 weeks before seeing significant changes in liver enzyme levels. Now, let me tell you about something that completely changed how I approach fatty liver treatment. This changes everything. There's a specific type of oil that researchers have been studying intensely for liver health. And no, it's not some exotic, hard-to-find substance. But I'm not going to tell you the name just yet. Let me build the suspense, because understanding the mechanism first will make you appreciate why this is so powerful. Imagine your liver cells are surrounded by a fatty membrane. When that membrane is stiff and inflamed, signals can't pass through properly. The cell becomes resistant to insulin, glucose builds up, and more fat gets stored. It's a vicious cycle. This oil contains 2 specific compounds, EPA and DHA, that literally embed themselves into your cell membranes, making them more flexible and responsive. This improves insulin sensitivity, which means your liver can process glucose properly instead of converting it into fat. But here's the surprising part. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology found that omega-3 supplementation can reduce liver fat content by up to 50% in people with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. 50%. That's not a minor improvement, that's a dramatic reversal. The mechanism: omega-3 fatty acids activate something called PPAR alpha, which is like a metabolic switch that tells your liver to burn fat for energy instead of storing it. They also reduce triglyceride production in the liver and decrease inflammatory markers like TNF-alpha and IL-6. Now I can reveal it. The oil is high-quality fish oil specifically rich in EPA and DHA. But here's where most people get this wrong. They buy cheap fish oil from the grocery store. The problem? Many of these are oxidized, meaning the oil is already rancid before you even open the bottle. Rancid oil creates more inflammation, which is the opposite of what you want. Here's what to look for. Molecularly distilled fish oil, third-party tested for purity with at least 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA per day. Take it with your largest meal to improve absorption and reduce any fishy aftertaste. A quick myth-busting moment. Some people worry about fish oil and blood thinning. While omega-3s do have mild blood-thinning properties that can actually improve circulation, this is generally only a concern if you're already on blood thinners. Always check with your doctor if you're on medication. Here's what most people don't realize. Your liver is under constant oxidative stress. Every time you process a meal, detoxify a compound, or even breathe, your liver produces free radicals as a byproduct. It's like a factory that generates smoke while doing its work. Vitamin E is your liver's antioxidant shield, but not just any vitamin E. And this is where it gets interesting. Most supplements contain alpha tocopherol only, but your liver actually needs a full spectrum of tocopherols and tocotrienols for optimal protection. Think of it like a football team. Alpha tocopherol might be the quarterback, but the other forms are the offensive line, receivers, and defense. You need the whole team. The science here is solid. A landmark study published in the New England Journal of Medicine showed that 800 IU of vitamin E daily significantly improved liver histology, meaning the actual tissue structure, in patients with non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, which is the more severe form of fatty liver. How does it work? Vitamin E protects the lipid membranes of your liver cells from oxidative damage. Remember that internal fire of inflammation? Vitamin E is like a fire-resistant coating on your cells, preventing the flames from spreading. But here's the surprising part. Vitamin E also improves insulin sensitivity in the liver and reduces the activation of stellate cells. These are the cells responsible for producing scar tissue when your liver is damaged. So it's not just preventing damage, it's actively preventing fibrosis. The daily dosage for liver health is typically 400 to 800 IU of mixed tocopherols. Take it with a meal containing some fat because vitamin E is fat soluble and needs dietary fat to absorb properly. Common mistake. People take vitamin E on an empty stomach and wonder why they don't see results. Your body can't absorb it without fat. Take it with your fish oil or with a meal containing avocado, nuts, or olive oil. This changes everything. If there's one supplement that makes me excited about fatty liver treatment, it's berberine. And here's why. Berberine is a compound extracted from several plants, including barberry and golden seal. But don't let its natural origin fool you. This stuff is pharmacologically potent. So potent, in fact, that studies have compared it directly to metformin, the diabetes drug, and found it equally effective for improving insulin sensitivity. Here's the mechanism that matters for your liver. Berberine activates AMPK, which is often called your body's metabolic master switch. When AMPK is activated, it's like flipping your liver from storage mode to burn mode. Your liver starts breaking down fat, improving glucose uptake, and reducing inflammation. But this is where it gets really interesting. Berberine also inhibits something called SREBP1C, which is a key regulator of fat production in your liver. So not only does it help burn existing fat, but it literally tells your liver to stop making new fat. A study in the journal Metabolism found that berberine reduced liver fat content by 36% in just 16 weeks. That's remarkable. Now here's what most people don't realize. Berberine has poor bioavailability. Your body struggles to absorb it. The solution? Take it with meals and look for supplements that include absorption enhancers like piperine, black pepper extract. The typical dosage is 500 milligrams, taken 2 to 3 times daily with meals. Start with once daily and gradually increase to minimize digestive side effects, which can include mild stomach upset or cramping. Here's a surprising fact. Berberine also has benefits for your gut microbiome. It promotes the growth of beneficial bacteria while reducing harmful strains. Since gut health and liver health are intimately connected through the gut-liver axis, this is a bonus mechanism that most people overlook. Myth-busting time, some people think berberine is just another herbal supplement with weak effects. The research says otherwise. Multiple randomized controlled trials have demonstrated its efficacy. This isn't folklore, it's clinical science. Here's what most people don't realize. Your liver produces its own powerful antioxidant called glutathione. It's often called the master antioxidant because it's involved in nearly every detoxification process in your body. But here's the problem. When your liver is fatty and inflamed, it can't produce enough glutathione. It's like a factory trying to operate with half its workers missing. The production line breaks down. This is where N-acetylcysteine, or NAC, comes in. NAC is the precursor to glutathione. It's the raw material your liver needs to manufacture its own antioxidant defense. Think of it this way. If glutathione is the finished house, NAC is the bricks and lumber. You can't build a house without materials, and when your liver is stressed, it needs more materials than ever. The mechanism is elegant. NAC provides cysteine, which is the rate-limiting amino acid for glutathione synthesis. Once inside your liver cells, it's converted to glutathione, which then neutralizes free radicals, detoxifies harmful compounds, and reduces that internal fire of inflammation. But here's the surprising part. NAC also has direct benefits for insulin resistance. Studies show it improves insulin sensitivity in the liver and reduces markers of oxidative stress. A study in the European Journal of Gastroenterology found that NAC supplementation significantly improved liver enzymes in patients with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. The typical dosage is 600 to 1,200 milligrams daily, divided into 2 or 3 doses. NAC is best taken on an empty stomach for optimal absorption, but if you experience stomach upset, take it with a small amount of food. Common mistake, people take NAC sporadically when they feel unwell. But for fatty liver, you need consistent daily supplementation to maintain elevated glutathione levels. Think of it like keeping a fire extinguisher charged and ready, not just pulling it out when the house is already burning. This changes everything. There's a golden spice that has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, but modern science is just now revealing how powerful it truly is for liver health. I'm talking about curcumin, the active compound in turmeric. Most people think of turmeric as just a cooking spice, but concentrated curcumin extract is one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatory compounds ever studied. Here's the mechanism. Curcumin inhibits multiple inflammatory pathways simultaneously. It blocks NF-kappa B, reduces TNF-alpha, and suppresses IL-6. These are all major players in that internal fire burning through your liver. But this is where it gets really interesting. Curcumin also activates AMPK, just like berberine. So you get a double metabolic benefit, reduced inflammation plus enhanced fat burning. A study in the journal Phytotherapy Research found that curcumin supplementation reduced liver fat accumulation and improved liver enzyme levels in patients with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. The participants took about 1,000 milligrams of curcumin daily for 8 weeks. Now here's what most people don't realize. Curcumin has terrible bioavailability. Your body barely absorbs plain curcumin. It passes right through your digestive system. The solution? Look for supplements that use enhanced absorption technology. The most researched forms include curcumin with piperine, which increases absorption by 2,000%, or formulations using liposomal delivery or nanoparticle technology. The effective daily dosage is typically 500 to 1,000 milligrams of enhanced absorption curcumin. Take it with meals containing fat for best results. Here's a surprising fact. Curcumin also supports bile flow. Your liver produces bile to help digest fats, and impaired bile flow is common in fatty liver disease. By stimulating bile production, curcumin helps your liver empty itself of fat more efficiently. It's like unclogging a drain that's been backing up. Here's what most people get wrong. They think supplements alone will fix their fatty liver. They won't. Not completely. Supplements are amplifiers, not replacements. Think of it this way. If your liver is a flooded basement, supplements are the pumps and dehumidifiers. But if you don't fix the leak in the roof, the basement will just flood again. The leak, in this case, is your diet and lifestyle. Specifically, excess fructose consumption is the biggest culprit. Fructose is metabolized almost exclusively by your liver, and when you consume too much, your liver converts it directly into fat. This is why sugary drinks, even fruit juice, are particularly damaging. Here's the surprising part. Studies show that simply reducing sugar intake can reduce liver fat by 25% in just 9 days. 9 days. That's faster than most supplements work. The supplements accelerate the process, but the dietary foundation is non-negotiable. Another critical factor is sleep. Your liver performs most of its repair work while you sleep, particularly during the deep sleep stages. If you're sleeping poorly, you're literally robbing your liver of its repair time. Think of it as a construction crew that can only work the night shift. If you keep the lights on and disrupt them, the building never gets fixed. Exercise is also crucial, but not for the reason most people think. Yes, exercise helps with weight loss, but even without weight loss, exercise directly improves insulin sensitivity in the liver and reduces inflammation. Just 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week can significantly improve liver enzyme levels. Here's the myth-busting moment. Some people think you need to do extreme cleanses or detox programs to heal your liver. Your liver is your detox organ. It doesn't need a detox, it needs support. Those expensive cleanse programs, most are just laxatives and diuretics that make you lose water weight and feel temporarily better while doing nothing for your actual liver fat. Let me give you a practical daily protocol that combines everything we've discussed. This is how you put it all together. Morning with breakfast. Omega-3 fish oil, 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams combined EPA/DHA. Vitamin E, mixed tocopherols, 400 to 800 IU. Berberine, 500 milligrams. Midday with lunch, berberine, 500 milligrams. Curcumin, enhanced absorption, 500 milligrams. Evening with dinner. Milk thistle, 80% silymarin, 200 to 400 milligrams. Berberine, 500 milligrams if using 3 times daily. NAC, 600 milligrams before bed on an empty stomach. NAC, 600 milligrams. Now here's what most people don't realize. Timing matters. Taking fat-soluble supplements, fish oil, vitamin E, curcumin, with meals improves absorption by 30 to 50%. Taking NAC on an empty stomach maximizes its conversion to glutathione. But here's the surprising part. You don't need to take all of these at once. If budget is a concern, start with the big 3. Fish oil, milk thistle, and berberine. These 3 cover the major mechanisms, reducing inflammation, improving insulin sensitivity, and supporting liver cell regeneration. Add the others as your budget allows. Think of it like building a toolkit. Start with the essential tools and add specialized ones over time. Common mistakes to avoid: taking supplements inconsistently. Your liver needs steady support, not sporadic bursts. Buying cheap, low-quality products. If a supplement costs $5 for a month's supply, it's probably not properly standardized or tested. Expecting overnight results. Liver enzyme improvements typically show in 8 to 12 weeks. Fat reduction on imaging may take 3 to 6 months. Ignoring the lifestyle factors. Supplements work best when combined with reduced sugar intake, adequate sleep, and regular exercise. Here's a statistic that changes everything. A study published in the journal Hepatology found that with the right combination of lifestyle changes and targeted supplementation, up to 90% of people with early-stage fatty liver can achieve complete resolution within 12 months. 90%. That's not a fringe theory. That's published, peer-reviewed data. Think about what this means. Fatty liver isn't a life sentence. It's a warning sign that your body is giving you time to act, and the tools to reverse it are accessible, affordable, and scientifically validated. The biological mechanisms we've discussed today, reducing inflammation, improving insulin sensitivity, enhancing blood circulation through the liver, supporting cellular regeneration, and boosting antioxidant defenses, all work together to create an environment where your liver can heal itself. Remember, your liver is the only organ that can fully regenerate. A lobe of liver can regrow to its original size in just 6 to 8 weeks. That's remarkable. But it needs the right conditions and the right building blocks to do so. So here's what I want you to take away from this video. Fatty liver is common, but it's not normal. It's your body's way of telling you that the metabolic balance is off. And the beautiful thing is that this balance can be restored. We've covered 6 key insights today: the scope of the fatty liver epidemic and why early action matters, milk thistle and its cell-regenerating properties, omega-3 fish oil and its remarkable ability to reduce liver fat by up to 50%, vitamin E as your liver's antioxidant shield, berberine and its metabolic master switch mechanism, NAC and curcumin as inflammation fighters and glutathione boosters. Each of these works through specific biological pathways, reducing that internal fire of inflammation, improving circulation, enhancing insulin signaling, and supporting cellular repair. Most people get this wrong. They wait until their liver is severely damaged before taking action. Don't be that person. If you've been diagnosed with fatty liver, or if you suspect you might have it based on the symptoms we discussed, start today. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. It helps this information reach more people who need it. Subscribe to the channel for more science-backed health insights, and drop a comment below. Let me know which supplement you're most interested in trying, or if you've already had success with any of these. Your liver has been working for you every single day, processing everything you eat, drink, and breathe. It's time to return the favor. I'm Dr. Leonid Kim. Take care of your health.